What's going on, everybody? I'm Bill from Maksim Outdoors, back with an all-new beer break. That's right. So this week we're going to be focusing on Cheboygan Brewing Company out of Cheboygan, Michigan. And before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody out there. We're at a little over 200 subscribers right now, and it means a lot to me, each and every one of you that clicked that red subscribe button, left a comment, gave me a like. Thank you. Every like, every subscribe matters. So let's get started on this beer break. What do you say? And make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. If you're interested in getting a free Maksim Outdoors hat, free Maksim Outdoors koozie, and several Maksim Outdoors stickers, stay tuned to the end and I'll let you know how you can register to get some free merch. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so what is Beer Break? I've got a lot of new subscribers to this channel, so some of you guys out there might not know the premise, the idea behind Beer Break. So basically, whenever I travel to a different area, different state, town, after I do my hikes, after I do my camping, I like to try and find a local brewery in the area and kind of highlight it and promote it. So this week, of course, we're going to be doing Cheboygan Brewing. Very cool local brewery, but this is kind of just my way of paying it forward, promoting these local breweries that otherwise you might not have heard of. And then all while promoting the brewery, I kind of talk about my trip. The videos are already posted. You can see them all probably below. And I will share some cool photos that I took, some behind the scenes, action, time lapses, B-roll, you name it. So if you want to know a little bit more about my trip, some of the behind the scenes information, as well as getting to know a local brewery, that's what this video is all about. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go. All right guys, so let's talk a little bit about the brewery itself. Cheboygan Brewing Company has quite the history. One of the oldest breweries that I can say that I've ever visited. So the brewery was actually opened in 1872 during Cheboygan's heyday when it was a big lumber exporter. And the original brewery lasted from 1872 to 1911, which unfortunately, after the lumber industry kind of left Cheboygan, I guess the local economy probably died down, maybe not as many people in the area. And in 1911, Cheboygan Brewing Company closed its doors. So come 2011, two entrepreneurs, I'm not sure if they're from the area or came to the area, decided, hey, you know what, we should reopen the original brewing company. So in 2011, Cheboygan Brewing Company was once again reopened. I'm not sure if it's in the same area, same building, but they kept the same name, which is cool. If you're interested in the beers, they pretty much have everything. When I was there, they had everything from stouts to IPAs. But the two beers that really caught my eye were the Blueberry Cream Ale and the Blood Orange, which we'll be trying the Blood Orange here in just a second. So stay tuned. Also, if you're curious about the address and you just want to punch it into your Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever you use, their address is 101 North Main Street, Cheboygan, Michigan. They also offer some outside seating. They did not offer food when I was there, although that might change. I do believe I saw something about food trucks, but there is some local food in the area if you're curious about that. Another cool thing is I reached out to Cheboygan Brewing Company on Instagram and they gave me permission to use some of their photos in this video. So some of the photos that you're seeing are from their Instagram and some of them are from me when I was in the area and I took them with my cell phone. So if you have Instagram, make sure you go over to Cheboygan Brewing Company and give them a follow. If you don't already follow Maksim Outdoors, what are you waiting for? Alright guys, well let's get started on my favorite part of the video, trying out the beer. So as you guys already know, Cheboygan Brewing Company. Today I'm going to be trying the Blood Orange Ale, and check that out, I match. But this beer is a American Pale Wheat, 6.2%. so a little bit stronger for a wheat beer. And it does say on the can, a unique twist on American style wheat ale. The addition of honey and blood orange puree results in a medium bodied beer that is very smooth with an exhilarating nose of citrus. Fresh from northern Michigan. So there you have it. This is the blood orange honey. Don't know if this is like a limited release, so by the time you're seeing this video, I don't know if you'll be able to get it, but if you can, try it out. Here's the pour. All right, guys, well, I'm getting to the final pour here. Pretty excited to try this out. I'm really interested in seeing how much of a honey taste I get out of this. I mean, for something called blood orange honey, you'd think that there would be a pretty prominent honey taste. It is a wildflower honey though, so I don't really know how that will transcend into the beer. But a little bit of head on this beer, you can see a decent bit of carbonation and not really a potent smell. Definitely citrusy, and I don't know if it's just because it says honey on the can, but I feel like there is a good bit of a honey smell to it, but not overwhelming. It's not like an orange is gonna punch you in the face or anything, but definitely a nice, mellow, smooth kind of aroma to it. So let's get to the first taste, and then we'll get talking a little bit about my trip up to Michigan. So what do you say? Cheers. Grab a beer and join me. Wow, that is excellent. Very, very subtle notes of honey, and even very subtle notes of the blood orange. It's just an all-around great summer beer. Very, very smooth. Like, it's smoother than smooth. That's how I would describe it. Very, very crushable beer. You could drink probably a ton of these, but I probably wouldn't advise it. It's 6.2%, so you know, a 4-pack will probably do its job. But yeah, wow, that's an excellent beer. All right, guys, as always, as I sip this beer, we're going to be talking about my trip up to northern Michigan and kind of some of the background stories, and I'll be sharing some of my photos, B-roll, time lapses, you name it, from the trip, and maybe giving you some advice if you want to do the same trip. So the first thing that always comes up whenever I tell people that I went to Cheboygan is, why Cheboygan? Why did you pick there? That's such a random place to take a summer vacation. But you know what? It was worth it. I highly recommend it, and I would do it again. But I don't know. I actually had to sit down and think why I chose Cheboygan. I think I've heard about it before, the trip, and think somebody told me it was a nice area, but it pretty much comes down to I've been all throughout the US. I've traveled from Pittsburgh to California multiple times. I've driven it. Almost drove to Alaska a few times, went to Canada, did all the provinces up there, and just seen just about every state. But Michigan was one of those states that kind of eluded me. Besides spending a weekend trip in Detroit, Michigan was kind of all new to me. So I said, hey, why not spend a week up there and head up to Cheboygan and kind of work my way down the eastern side of the state. And it was beautiful. Highly recommend it. The only thing I have to really complain about are the bugs and the storms. It seemed like every day I got obliterated by bugs, as you've seen in the videos, and every day there was a pretty nasty thunderstorm that rolled through the area. So other than that, perfect vacation. My route, a lot of people ask me, how did I go? Why did I choose that way? Well, if you've seen the Highest Point of Ohio video, that was actually my first stop. So I did Pittsburgh to basically Columbus, and then all the way up to Cheboygan. It was around a 10-hour drive that day. It was a bit much, but I lucked out, got a campground up in Cheboygan, and 4th of July, I was watching fireworks over Lake Huron. It was a pretty perfect night. The distance from here to there, like I said, it was around 10 hours of driving, although you could probably cut off a bit of time since I basically took the long route through the High Point of Ohio. Cheboygan, the town of Cheboygan was actually pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of like Massachusetts a little bit, I guess. Lots of boats, lots of, you know, you see like icebreaker boats that go through Lake Huron and, you know, probably push through the big cargo ships in the wintertime. I guess you can go on some tours. Lots of lighthouses in the area. I forget how many lighthouses are in like Michigan, like 1,000 or something like that. But Cheboygan, the town of Cheboygan was awesome. Very small, mom and pop, very quaint little, you know, cool little town. I'll highly recommend if you go up there. just take a day and walk through the town. There's all kinds of little restaurants and Cheboygan Brewing. So make sure you go and check out Cheboygan one of these days. As for the state park, I have to say the state park was so well maintained. It kind of made me jealous being from Pennsylvania, seeing how well maintained and well kept they kept their state parks. So when I initially pulled in, you know, there was a bunch of kids, like 15, 16-year-olds, all weed whacking and going through the fire pits, making sure they were clean for the new people arriving. And I thought, oh wow, that's cool. Sheboygan takes really good care of their state park. But the other two state parks that I went after that, Tawas Point and Sleepy Hollow, it was the same thing there. So Michigan, they take care of their state parks, and thumbs up to them. But I can't say better things than that. And all the restrooms were clean in every single park I went to. So yeah, great job, Michigan. And I do want to bring up a point. I don't know if that $30 out-of-state pass has something to do with that, but I mean, in Pennsylvania, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the campgrounds and the bathrooms, but they're usually not the nicest. So if it means that Pennsylvania has to charge $30 to out-of-state visitors for a year, why not do it? I mean, if it makes that much of a difference, why not? But hey, there might be other factors that go into it. So Sheboygan, the bugs were extremely bad. I made the mistake of wearing shorts and just getting annihilated that day, and then of course getting almost blown away by that thunderstorm. The lake trail was awesome. If you head up to Sheboygan, make sure you check out the lake trail. The campground, as I already said, was extremely clean, tidy, you name it, no complaints. Stayed there for 2 nights. Showered both days, the showers were clean, bathrooms were clean, yada yada yada. And the water, man, that's the #1 comment I probably get from people that seen the videos is, wow, that water is so clear. It literally looks like you're down in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, you can look 50 feet out and see the bottom of this lake, and it's just pretty incredible. So after Sheboygan, after staying up there for 2 days, I was up there for July 4th and July 5th, and I headed on down southeast to Tawas Point. And whenever I was initially planning this trip, I kind of just found parks that were within like 2 or 3 hour drive. So Sheboygan, 2 hours away was Tawas, and like 2 hours away was Sleepy Hollow, and then I was gonna head home after that. So that's kind of the reasoning behind the parks I chose. But I was glad that I picked Tawas Point. So Tawas Point is a relatively small park. I think it was like 180 some acres, but as you've seen in the video, the Army Corps of Engineers or something like that sold the lighthouse property, and Michigan State Parks came in and purchased the property, and it's a beautiful piece of land. Now Tawas is definitely more of a beach community, I guess you can say. Sheboygan is kind of like more wilderness. Tawas is more, you know, clean sandy beaches compared to Sheboygan's like rocky boulder filled beaches. And but Tawas was really cool. The trail I did was cool, even though I got a little bit turned around and lost on it. But like I said in the video, if you go up or do what I did, hike through the water, check it out, you definitely get a sense of accomplishment whenever you do something like that, when you're like off trail and just kind of finding your way through it. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, as I'm talking, I'm sure I'm showing you some cool photos from Tawas, but beautiful day. It was a hot day. I remember it was like 90 degrees. I got sunburnt that day. So it was the one day of the trip that I didn't really have any bug issues, and I was thankful for that. And I kind of felt like an idiot because that was like the only day that I decided to wear pants, and you know, all these people are walking by in swim shorts and swimming trunks and bikinis, and then there's me out there with these hiking cargo pants on looking like a weirdo. But hey, it happens. Next time I know at Tawas Point to probably wear shorts. And then eventually getting back to my campground at Tawas Point that night, I got hit with yet another very bad storm. It might have been worse than the storm in Cheboygan, but luckily it rolled through around like 2 or 3 a.m. I was in my tent. Like I said, it was around 90 degrees that day. I woke up around 5 or 6 in the morning, and it was down to like 56 or 57. Like, it was cold outside, but my Kelty tent kept me warm, kept me dry all night, and I can't say more than good things about my Kelty tent. And if you guys do want to see me do some gear reviews, let me know in the comments. If you're curious about like what gear I use, what hiking equipment I take on my hiking adventures and whatnot, let me know. I will make videos like that if there is some interest. So there's that as well. So after my stormy night in Tawas, I woke up around 7, packed up my stuff, and headed farther down south towards Flint, Michigan, a little bit west of Flint, Michigan, to a little state park. I guess it wasn't little, it was like 2,000 acres. State park of Sleepy Hollow. And I'm pretty sure I just solely picked Sleepy Hollow due to its name, but man, it turned out to be a disaster of a day for me. So getting to Sleepy Hollow was another very hot, sticky day. I was already pretty tired from the trip. This was like my 5th day on the road. And I don't know if you guys have ever done like hiking road trips, but 5 days in, you're feeling pretty rough. You're feeling pretty homesick, at least for me. And kind of ready to get home. So I went on the longest hiking trail of the trip. It was supposed to be 8.8 miles. Within 20 to 30 minutes, I was literally getting eaten alive by mosquitoes once again. And for whatever reason, I decided to wear shorts again. And it was absolutely miserable. Throughout that trail, I was actually running because I was getting eaten alive so bad. So in that video, I didn't really get too much B-roll due to not being able to stop. Every time I would stop and set up my tripod, I would look at my arm, I would have 5 or 6 mosquitoes on it. I'd have a mosquito on my leg, mosquito on my face. By the end of the day, I actually was covered in blood from smacking these mosquitoes off of me, and it was just disgusting. So I think I did about 4 miles, and it was like a loop. And the trail continued, and that's how you get your 8.8. But I actually cut off half of the trail and probably did around 4 or 5 miles that day, which it is what it is. But sometimes these hiking trails, if it's too hot or if there's too many bugs, it's just not enjoyable. And it's really hard for creators like me to make videos out of situations like that when it's just not enjoyable, because it just ruins my mood and it's hard to really capture how cool some of these parks are. But I did end up going down to the lake and shooting some B-roll down there. And my luck, after my mosquito-filled day, tornado warning blew through, sirens went off, and everybody scattered outside the park. And I was left with my little one-man, 5-foot by 2-foot Kelty tent. And I decided, hey, I'm just gonna head home. So I ended up driving home that night, and on, I think it was I-90, I was doing about 20 miles an hour in a torrential downstorm. It was probably the worst thunderstorm I've ever driven through. But yeah, it is what it is. That's how my trip ended, and I ended up heading back home. I think it was July 7th, so yeah. So yeah, I think I covered the parks pretty well. Everything from the bugs to the trails, the campgrounds being super clean, the crystal clear water at Cheboygan and Tawas. But yeah, lots of bugs, lots of rain, lots of awesome water, lots of cool trails. What is my favorite park, I guess? A lot of people ask me, yeah, what was your favorite park? So I would say hands down my favorite park was Cheboygan. It just kind of felt like you were in the middle of nowhere. That lake trail I didn't see another soul on that trail the entire day. And you kind of just got this feeling like you were in like Minnesota or the California coast. It just felt so remote and rugged. And if a moose or a wolf popped out of the woods, it probably wouldn't surprise you, just because that's how the area seems. It seems like you're literally in the middle of nowhere. So Cheboygan was easily my favorite park, followed by Tawas. Tawas was this quaint little, they call it the Cape Cod of Michigan or something like that, I think. And just very quaint little town, lots of restaurants and lots of little cool gift shops and stores. And I guess it all depends what you're into. If you want to take the family to the beach, take them to Tawas. If you want to get away and do some cool sightseeing and feel like you're in the wilderness, Cheboygan's your way to go. And unfortunately, Sleepy Hollow was my least favorite, just due to it didn't really feel that different from here in Pennsylvania. So that was my big thing. And the trails were a little bit rough. It just felt like you were at just another lake, but nothing wrong with that. Sleepy Hollow was cool, don't get me wrong. Would I go back to northern Michigan? And It's a great question, and absolutely, I loved it up that area. And I think next year I'm already starting to plan western side of the state trip. I would love to head up to the Upper Peninsula, but I think that would be its own trip. So next year, hopefully gonna head out to the western side of Michigan, check out like Traverse City and work my way down that side and go home over a week. So that's what the plans are. But yeah, absolutely, I loved it up there. I would go back, no doubt. So I am thinking about the future. If you guys want to see, like I said, more like gear reviews, these beer breaks are fun to do. I don't know if you guys really enjoy them or not. I know beer and hiking don't really go hand in hand, but like I said, I do these for the local businesses. I like to shine a light on these local breweries. I think it's fun to do. It's fun to drink a beer and just chill out and talk rather than go out and hike for a day. So I am looking into doing some different videos, like I said, gear review. A lot of people ask me if I would do like a Q&A video where people send me in questions, I answer them. That's on the table. If you guys want me to do something like that, absolutely. And I just want to say thanks again to everybody out there that subscribed to the channel. I'm almost at 250 subscribers at this point. It's like the first week of September right now. So thanks guys, you guys mean the world. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, follow me there. Simple, Maksim Outdoors. And yeah. All right, so my co-host has joined me for the big giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So if you're interested in a free Maksim Outdoors hat, a free Maksim Outdoors koozie, and some Maksim Outdoors stickers, here we go. It's very simple. If you're already subscribed to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, you're already part of the drawing. It's very simple. Send me a message on Instagram and make sure that you screenshot that you're subscribed to the channel. And the first person that messages me after this video will get a free hat. The second and third person to message me will get the free koozies, and anybody after that, it doesn't matter if you're the 4th, 5th to 500th person, I will send you a free sticker. So very simple, just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and screenshot and send me a message. Like I said, first person will receive a free Maksim Outdoors hat. Second and third person will get a free koozie, and the rest of you guys will get a free sticker. So make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Maksim Outdoors, and yeah. All right, guys. Well, I got about a sip and a half left of my blood orange honey, American pale wheat. And I just wanted to say thank you to Cheboygan Brewing Company for being such great hosts whenever I was up in Cheboygan, northern Michigan. And big thanks to you guys as well for letting me use a couple of your photos off of Instagram. So hopefully this enlightened some people, shed some light on your brewery. But yeah, thanks again, and let's get to the final sip here. That is a good beer. Like I said, very smooth. Little touch of honey, little touch of citrus, but overall great beer, and can't wait to crack open the blueberry cream ale. But thanks for checking out this episode of Maksim Outdoors, another beer break. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, check out my Instagram, and yeah, signing out from Bill and Bryce. You want to say bye? Say bye. Say bye. All right, see you next week. Ow, stop it. No, 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 no.